Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and this video is one that I want to do because I think it's an interesting story. It's not significant entirely. It's not necessarily huge, but I think it's interesting. So Jeremy Renner, right? He's right now finding himself kind of in a battle between three franchises, if you will. You've got the Marvel franchise, you've got the Mission Impossible franchise, and you got the Jason Bourne franchise. Now, Renner has been trying to, I think, get himself in on a franchise that he could basically call his own or be a much larger part of. Now, you guys got to remember, Jeremy Renner, for a long time, didn't do anything, right? The very first time I saw him in a movie was National Lampoon's Senior Trip from like 1997, where he was the main stoner character, the main guy in the movie. And it's a funny movie. But then he disappeared for a while. And then he popped up again in a Pizza Hut commercial a little bit later. And then, of course, he had his breakout role in The Hurt Locker, which is what put him on the map for being, Hawkeye and everything else. And since then, Renner has gone on to do quite a bit. But again, he's never fully hit that stride of being his own star. He's always kind of been alongside, a franchise. And you could argue that the Bourne legacy, where he was the main character in that, was kind of his own thing. But even then, they went back to Matt Damon. They didn't continue the Aaron Cross side of things. And right now, even though there are talks about a Bourne cinematic universe, that is not necessarily happening. In fact, I'm pretty certain at this point it probably won't happen. So what we know right now is that Mission Impossible 6 is going to be coming, and Jeremy Renner's William Brandt's character will not be in it. Now, he was in Mission Impossible 4 and Mission Impossible 5, albeit smaller roles in Mission Impossible 5, but still a pretty significant role in number 4. In fact, people at the time were speculating that Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt was looking to exit the franchise and that Jeremy Renner's William Brandt was going to be coming in to take over. Now we know that is clearly not going to happen. So basically what's going on is Renner, he posted the other day that he was on his way to Atlanta to start filming Avengers Infinity War, and then he's also making an appearance in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, the reason why I view this to be significant, at least in terms of Renner's stance in the franchise, is because this is basically giving him what he wants. All right, I think he had the choice between Mission Impossible 6 and Avengers and Ant-Man, and he chose those because not only are those going to be more lucrative, I think they're probably going to start trying to give Hawkeye more to do. Now, one of the things Jeremy Renner hated about Avengers back in 2012 is that he spent half the movie being the bad guy, right? And then in Avengers Age of Ultron, there was a large subplot involving his family and him being off the grid, so on and so forth. And that was something that I think Joss Whedon did in order to kind of give it to Jeremy Renner to build up Hawkeye's his clout in the team and everything else and where he stands, and that he's an important part of it. And then, of course, him showing up in Avengers or in Captain America 3 was very cool, in my opinion, especially the whole scene with Ant-Man on top of the arrow and just, oh God, that was great. But he's still kind of not been really given, his own thing. The fact that he's been in a number of these movies and Ant-Man got his own movie, it's got to piss off Jeremy Renner a little bit. And I think Marvel is getting ready to not give us a Hawkeye movie, but to do another film where it's more of a team up thing. Because look at Thor Ragnarok, Thor and the Hulk, Doctor Strange, right? Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to have Hawkeye. And I bet you it's not going to be some kind of small appearance. I'm going to call it now. I think it's going to be some kind of large part of the film, not, like a third member of the Avengers comes in and teams up and shit, and then they go from there. That's what I think is going to happen because it makes the most sense, right? They want to build up the franchises. They're now getting ready for Infinity War. They're spending nearly $1 billion reportedly on the 2 movies. They want to give us everything they've got. And I think that's what's going to happen. Now, granted, I have no proof of any of this. This is just pure speculation, but Renner has been looking for his own thing. And I think that going down this path would be probably the closest he'll get to that within Marvel, with maybe the option of getting a Hawkeye movie down the road. Or maybe, you know, and this is, again, maybe one day, one fucking day, Ike Perlmutter and Kevin Feige will be able to kind of kiss and make up, and we'll be able to get the true cinematic universe that we want. Because just, again, speculation, if we were to get that, if we were to get that particular that particular unity within Marvel again, just think for a second how cool it would be if all of a sudden Marvel and Netflix announced, yeah, we're doing a Hawkeye TV series, right? We're doing a Hawkeye movie for Netflix, or we're doing something like this, and give him his own property that way. Now, again, speculation. I have no way of knowing any of this is ever going to happen, if it ever will. However, my gut's telling me that is the next step of evolution for these properties, because, you know, Renner, I think, is deserving of his own, of a shot at his own film or his own series. And I'd like to see what they do with that. So again, this to me feels more significant than it probably is, but I just wanted to put my thoughts out there and see what you guys think. So let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. You've been listening to 3 Buck Theater. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.